One observer to these events was a young Chicago law student, Louis Turkle, whom friends called Studs.
The Depression was on, and private enterprise, as we call the free market today, fell on its fanny.
Hey, so this is James Mirabello. I was one of the co-producers on Soul of a People.
And this is Oliver Lukács. I was an associate producer. I was also the new guy at the point in time. This is the first project I worked on at Spark Media.
And this is where we kind of get introduced to who ended up becoming one of my favorite interviews, Studs Terkel, who's an oral historian and writer for decades, won the Pulitzer Prize, and is kind of a hero to oral historians everywhere. And he was 93 when we interviewed him. He was one of the first interviews we did for the project. And actually, I always remember when we first got there to his house in Chicago, because we knocked on the door and nobody answered. And we kind of peeked in, and he was just kind of in there, slumped over in a chair. And we got really scared. I mean, the guy was 93. And actually, his cigar, which was still lit, had fallen out of his mouth and was kind of resting on his shoulder and was burning a hole in his shirt. And we panicked at the front door. We're like, Studs! Oh my God, Studs! Banging on the door. We were really terrified. And then he kind of was like, and he kind of woke up and kind of came over to the door and let us in. And we were greatly relieved. But it was a kind of a dramatic way to begin that interview. And of course, the funniest part about that is he realized he had the cigar burn in his shirt, and he went upstairs to change his shirt, and he came down with the same exact type of shirt, and he had other cigar burns in that shirt that he hadn't noticed. But really, he was, it was a hell of an interview, and he really described the Depression in lots of, evocative ways that I had never really heard described before.
Farmers revolted after wave upon wave of foreclosures.
There was a feeling, what's going to happen to the country? The farmers are desperate, would stop and overturn milk trucks and corn trucks, come out of the woods with guns. They were so desperate, you see. Almost lynched a judge in North Dakota. He was foreclosing all the mortgages, bang, bang, bang.
It was really it was an inspirational day and an inspirational way to start the project. And he was an inspirational guy. We miss him. He left us too early.
Didn't he also offer up the secret to a long and happy life?
He did. His secret to a long and happy life and why he lived, as long as he did was 2 cigars a day, 1 in the morning and 1 at night, and 2 martinis a day. And not a wussy martini, the way people, make it now. But he taught us how to make a real martini. Which is my phone ringing.
And cut.